Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the new Alfa Romeo Giulia. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Alfa Romeo of Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Giulia. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 31 on the highway, with power outputs being 280 horsepower and then 306 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with the review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Taking a look at the hood, I love the different body lines that are happening. It really just gives a cool effect. Now we've got these new headlights. Love the overall design there, looks really sweet, but it still holds true to normal Alfa Romeo styling. And then you guys can see here with the trim at the bottom, and then also for the grille, and then notice the Alfa logo. And putting it all together, the Giulia is as beautiful as ever. Current on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 225, 50, 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, metallic, silver, and we actually have red brake calipers with this particular Giulia, so it creates some nice contrast. And then look at the fender action there, and then you guys can see blacked out mirror caps, and then notice the door handles are body painted, and then the window trim in the center there, blacked out. And then here's the full side profile on the Giulia, and man, those wheels really do pop. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, the opening for the trunk, remote start, and then the Alfa logo there on the back. And popping into the back, this is where you guys can see the Giulia is pretty dang practical. We've got quite a bit of storage space. We can also throw down the seats with those latches if you need even more storage. Alfa Romeo logo front and center, Q4 badge there, and then the Giulia badge as well. And then look at the tail lights here. Definitely sharp with the design. And then we've got parking sensors here at the rear, and then cool looking exhaust tips. And putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the new style here for the Giulia, but I think it looks great. Now popping inside, it's soft touch here at the top of the door panel, and also down below where you're going to rest your arm. And I love the look of the handle here, and then this trim that goes around. And then taking a look at the seats, look at all of the stitching here throughout. And then inside legroom is really good. You guys can see got a little storage net there. We got some vents here, heated seats, USBs as well. And then headroom back here, really good. And wow, I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool. We got a sunroof here in the back. That's fun. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again soft touch here, and then you got all the padding down below. All of our window controls here, mirror adjustments, mirrors do power fold in, and they have blind spot monitoring. Now taking a look at the front seat, you guys can see Alfa logo, and then look at all the stitching here, all of our adjustments there on the side. Then we've got these really nice looking pedals down below, and then our light controls here, and then you got stuff like the parking sensors, your auto stop start, and ooh, paddles. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see really nice trim all around, and then I love the grips here where you're going to like basically rest your thumbs so that you just kind of get like a better grip on the steering wheel overall. We of course have those beautiful paddle shifters there on the back of the steering wheel, and then I forgot to mention practical controls in the front like your adaptive cruise control, controls for the center stack volume controls, and then obviously you got the engine stop start on the steering wheel, which adds to the pizzazz. Now this is cool. Look at the digital gauge cluster. Kind of has a retro like theme about it, which I don't know. I think that that's definitely fun. But we can scroll through different menus, see different bits of info on the car here in the center. Pretty standard stuff. And then also it'll change with the drive mode. So that's like the dynamic mode. You got your natural mode, and then you got your like A mode, which is kind of like your all-weather mode basically. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Resolution on it is pretty good overall. And then moving on from that to the rest of the infotainment system, I can control things with a dial if I want, as you can see, but it also doubles as a touchscreen, so whichever function you like best you can do. And then the dash is soft touch here, and then you guys can see the trim, there you go, down below, and then you got more soft touch right there as well. Got our dual zone climate controls, heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then this is like our charging area. Got some cup holder action here, and then you can see the shifter there for the 8-speed automatic, and I like how it's perforated and with the cross stitching, looks really cool. Parking brake right there, and then we've got our drive mode select here. And then volume control next to it, look at that Italian flag too. And then this is the control for the infotainment screen. And then taking a look at the center console, nice padding and everything here. Good storage space inside, wireless phone charging pad as well. And then while we're on the topic of storage, ooh, nice handle in the glove box. But yeah, pretty big. And then up top we get our controls here for the sunroof. We got a front sunroof as well. So here's our window sticker for this Giulia. You guys can see base MSRP 44,480, and then you got all the standard equipment here. A few options, not a ton though. 48,980 is the total MSRP. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, to the rest of the rear, and Alfa Romeo away. I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't realize until I got here today that they, like I knew I was gonna film a 24 Giulia, but I didn't realize that they did the little update with it. So I guess this is a treat for me. I always like it when you've got updates on cars, no matter how small or how big. But anyways, good torque right off the bat. I like this new kind of like retro gauge cluster. It's got a really cool look to it. I think they've done a good job with mixing, you know, analog and digital together. It's obviously fully digital, but like it has kind of an analog feel, if that makes sense. Yeah, ride quality is really good with the Giulia. It's one of the things that I remember that I really like. It's quiet too. It does a really good job as a luxury car. And that's kind of what this natural mode is it's kind of like your, you know, normal luxury cruising mode. Yeah, handling's really good too. Obviously not the best cornering on the planet, but you know, it kind of gives me a feel for the car. Now I've got it in the dynamic mode. Gonna pop it into the manual mode as well. Love the responsiveness of the paddles. Really cool. It's got like a nice satisfying sound to it when you change gears. It's like, it's got that boosty feel, which is fun. Yeah, paddles are really exciting, actually. I feel like you're doing something substantial. The transmission's responsive too. So I think they did a good job with all of that, putting it together. But I guess starting to sum things up, and we'll get one more acceleration here at the light. I really like this interior, like soft touch pretty much everywhere, like all the major places that you'd want it. It's got like soft touch there, so I think they did a good job. And again, this is like not a fully loaded Giulia. It's not quite like a base, but kind of more on the entry-level side of things for the car. So I think they did a good job with that. I love the steering wheel design. Again, the paddles, you can never go wrong with those paddles. And so it's a nice place to be, and the car drives really well. It's very comfortable. I'm actually quite impressed so far. It's got that fun turbo feel. You get like quite a bit of lag, and then it moves. I think that adds to the excitement. So yeah, I think as you know, luxury sports sedan, it does a really good job with balancing everything out. I think it does a really good job, and it's got all-wheel drive, so like you could drive this in all 4 seasons, no problem whatsoever. So I don't know any thoughts about the Giulia, but you know, when you compare this to, you know, the traditional competition, BMW 3 Series, Audi A4, all that kind of stuff, I feel like the interior in this is just as nice, if not nicer, than the competition. Pricing's really reasonable on it, and it's more exciting to drive, I would say, compared to the competition. But regardless, let me know what you think.